Hi, this is Mike from bookup.com. I've been making chess database software for 37 years. There are 4 things in this video. First, I will show you the most important chess book you have never read. No kidding. It contains a recipe for becoming a grandmaster. Again, I'm not kidding. Second, at the end of this video, I'm going to try to get you to buy Chess Openings Wizard for your Windows or Macintosh computer. But for right now, hold on to your wallet. There is no need to get your credit card out unless the software is right for the way you study. Third, I'm going to pick a fight. And it might be about the way you study. And fourth, I'm going to show you a mate in 2 puzzle that makes my point about the best chess book you've never read. And for a bonus, I'm going to debut the worst marketing slogan ever. If you've been with me for the last 37 years, you know I'm good at chess software, but bad at marketing. Let's just say that this new slogan is a stinker, and I'm seriously considering using it. So, over the last 37 years, I've had hundreds of people tell me that Bookup, which is now called Chess Openings Wizard, is only good for memorizing openings. And that memorizing openings is a waste of time. You should be studying tactics or endgames or something else. So, pick a side. Is it worth your time to memorize opening lines? Or not? Choose. You made your choice? Cool. There is not a tournament player alive who hasn't memorized some lines and then played them. But should you be spending time preparing your openings? I just got this book in the mail. For some reason my iPad recorded me opening the package in slow motion. Is this the most important chess book you've never read? No, this book is not that book. But this book has been read by lots of chess players. It's in its 3rd edition. This is Beating the Sicilian 3 by John Nunn and Joe Gallagher. Let me read you the first paragraph from the book's introduction. This 3rd edition of Beating the Sicilian does not need a lengthy introduction since repertoire books are now a familiar concept. No one will be surprised to learn that the aim of this book is to provide a complete repertoire for white against the Sicilian, sufficiently detailed for most players to meet any line of the Sicilian with confidence. We're still debating whether or not it's worth your time to study opening lines, right? Let's use this book as an example. Would you say it is worth a grandmaster's time to study this book? John Nunn wrote the 1st edition. He thought it would only be popular with club players. When the 2nd edition came out, he remarked that he was surprised to see his fellow grandmasters reading Beating the Sicilian. So I think the answer is yes. It is worth a grandmaster's time to study this book. What about a beginner, someone just starting out in tournament chess? Would they be a better chess player if they read this book? I'm going to say yes. Now you can argue that they're only going to be better if they're playing white and their opponent is playing the Sicilian. But this book isn't just lines to memorize. It has ideas, analysis, explanations. You cannot go through this giant piece of analysis and not get stronger. Even when the beginner faces some other opening, they're going to be watching for pawn levers, advantages in development, control of the center, because they've studied these things while reading Beating the Sicilian. I have some history with this book, by the way. When the 1st edition came out, I emailed John Nunn and I asked him for the digital rights. You see, 2 Bookup customers had already entered the entire book themselves by hand. The average page in this book has more than 50 unique positions, and with a couple hundred pages, that's about 10,000 heavily annotated positions. Grandmaster Nunn turned me down because Bookup has no copy protection. Neither does Chess Openings Wizard, by the way. And he was probably smart to turn me down. And John, by the way, if you're watching, the new iPad and Android versions have a way of turning ebooks into in-app purchases that can't be copied. Just saying. So, what is the greatest chess book that you've never read? I can almost guarantee you that every grandmaster over the age of 30 has read this book and applied it. I was not kidding when I said this book lays out a recipe for becoming a grandmaster. In fact, the author used this recipe to go from master to the Soviet champion, and he was a candidate for the World Championship twice The book I'm talking about is Alexander Kotov's Think Like a Grandmaster. The introduction to that book lays out a 5-point recipe. Let me spoil it for you by giving you the first 2 points. As Kotov put it, quote, "A real chess player must have the following qualities. 1. He must be well up in modern opening theory. 2. He must know and keep in his memory the principles behind typical middle game positions learned from both his own games and from those of other players. The more a player knows and remembers, the easier it is for him to find a precedent, a position which has occurred before and which is similar to his own present position. Naturally, it is not a question of mechanical memorizing, but of knowing methods and possibly separate moves and combinations employed at the same time or other and appropriately assessed in subsequent notes and analysis." Where are you going to keep your notes and analysis? If you're annotating games in a game database, you have to remember which game has your notes on which position. Might I suggest a system that keeps things sorted by position? Chess Openings Wizard. Chess Openings Wizard uses the term candidate moves, which is taken directly from the English translation of Kotov's book 37 years ago. Yep, this is the book that started it all. Anyway, Kotov made his way from master to super GM by publishing his analysis and then enduring the brutal criticism of his readers. Lather, rinse, repeat, and you have the recipe for becoming a grandmaster. If you want to do the work. And not everybody wants to do the work. I promised you a mate in 2 puzzle, and here it is. I got this one from Susan Polgar's Facebook group where hundreds of players post the solution as quickly as they can. I found it fascinating that so many chess players posted the solution of queen to b2. After all, black doesn't have any legal moves with that queen pinning the bishop. White has to move something to allow black a legal move. So these players are publishing their analysis, but they're not checking it. Black can play bishop h2 check and ruin the mate in 2, so queen b2 is not the solution. Why don't chess players check their work? Show me a chess player who uses a game database to look at trees of grandmaster opening lines, and I'll show you a chess player whose rating has stayed the same for a while. Show me a chess player who spends all of his or her time playing against a computer, and I'll show you a player whose rating has likely stayed the same for a while. Playing programs are really popular, and you should have one, but it won't make you do the work. Chess game databases are also really popular, and you should have one, but a game database won't make you do the work either. This is the bad news. Chess Openings Wizard will tell you exactly how many positions you have understood and memorized. Playing programs can't do that. Game databases won't do that. And it will infuriate you if you're not increasing that number. Chess Openings Wizard will make you do the work. And that, my friend, has to be the worst marketing slogan ever. Chess Openings Wizard. It makes you do the work. I may have to adopt that as the new marketing slogan. Seriously. But if you're up for the work, if you truly want to see what it feels like to produce analysis like Kotov did and Nunn did, then you might try some software that is built with one purpose: to make the work easier. I promised you I was going to make you an offer at the end of this video. And you've stuck with me this long, so I want to give you something extra. Hopefully something I've said also got you thinking. If nothing else, you should be ordering Kotov's book. You can thank me later. So my time is about $120 an hour, and that's if you can talk me into helping you out with whatever project you need me for. What I'm going to do is give you 45 minutes of my time on the phone or on Skype as an ethical bribe to get you to try Chess Openings Wizard on your Windows computer or on your Macintosh. You see, most people are secretly afraid that they're going to buy some software that they know is good, but they won't figure it out, or they won't make time to use it. You're going to be on the phone with me. We're going to talk about how you study. We'll go over the parts of the program that are going to make studying more fun for you. You will get the most out of the software because you'll be talking with me, the creator of the software. And then wouldn't it be great if it came with a repertoire for white that already had 10,000 positions, with annotations so that you get to understand why the author wants you to play these lines? Well, it shouldn't surprise you that we have complete repertoires ready to learn. The most popular one is FIDE Master Chuck Schulian's ebook on the London system for white. It's called the London 2, and it has over 10,000 positions with annotations so that you will understand why you are playing these lines. I'm going to give it to you for free when you buy Chess Openings Wizard before July 6th, 2018. It's our most popular ebook, so it's the one you're most likely to buy after getting Chess Openings Wizard, but I'm going to give it to you for free. Are you waiting for the catch? Here's the catch. The 45 minutes on the phone with me is only if you get the $197 professional version. But I'll tell you what, if you order the Express version, which is the more popular version for $67, I'm still going to give you a free copy of the London 2. I can't be any more fair than that. You do understand that this software is not for everyone. It's not for people who just don't want to study. It's not for people who don't mind being on a rating plateau for months or years. But if you're the kind of player who would study if it were fun and easy, then you owe it to yourself to get a copy. I put the order form links below for Windows and for Macintosh. Pick one. Download it now. Start studying. And I'll see you inside the membership area.